we'll learn about managing Puppet infrastructure, modules, and environments. In this section, we will learn about testing and code workflow management in Puppet. We will look at an overview of module testing, learn to test Puppet syntax with Puppet lint, write unit tests with Aspect Puppet, write tests with Beaker and Test Kitchen using ServerSpec, publish modules to Puppet Forge using Puppet Blacksmith, configure and use Jenkins to run Puppet test suites, and use Jenkins to create a code management pipeline. In the previous video, we learned about using Hiera in Puppet. In this video, we will get an overview of module testing in Puppet. We will look at necessities and benefits of Puppet module testing, types of tests possible in Puppet, and get overviews of syntax, unit, and acceptance tests in Puppet. In any kind of development, be it software development or writing code for config management, testing is often overlooked and considered as not necessary. However, test-driven development is widely being considered and adopted by more and more organizations. Over the last few years, the complexities of developing Puppet modules and functionalities added have created situations where test-driven development should be the only way to do Puppet the right way. Tests help developers to have an idea about what the end product will look like, define it first, and then gradually work to fulfill that requirement. They allow a specific standard to be maintained in terms of syntaxes and code quality, which can be customized. Tests allow granular checks to be performed on resources being configured so that they can be thoroughly tested before shipping to avoid broken module trees. There are multiple tools available which can be used to write tests. The different kinds of tests which should be written for Puppet modules are syntax tests, which can be done with Puppet lint, unit tests, which can be done with Aspect Puppet, and acceptance tests, which can be done with Beaker or Test Kitchen. Syntax tests make sure that the Puppet DSL format is correctly implemented in a module. There is also a list of best practice syntax checks which are performed on the code files. These checks are customizable and can be enabled or disabled as and when required. Syntax tests can be performed with the Puppet parser validate command or the Puppet lint tool. Unit tests are always written before actual Puppet code can be written. The developer writes tests for what the end module will look like, and on running the tests, they fail because there are no manifests configured. The next step is to write the Puppet code and make them succeed against the tests until all tests run successfully. Unit tests in Puppet can be written using Aspect Puppet, which is based on the Aspect testing platform widely used for Ruby projects. Acceptance tests are performed after the module has been applied to a running system. It checks if all the tasks that were expected of the module have been applied correctly and the system is in the correct state in terms of resources and system components. Tests can be executed on nodes running different platforms, and tools like Beaker or Test Kitchen can be used to configure tests. Before we move forward, we are going to install a few packages. They are the GCC, GCC-C++, zlib, and zlib-devel. These packages will be required to perform the tests that we will configure in the next few videos. This is going to take some time, so we are going to come back when this is done. Once the packages have been installed, we are good to go ahead with our tests.